Hi everyone, how are you? It's really late. I've had a long day, but I wanted to share with you um, a product review of Juice Plus today that just really warmed my heart, and I hope it speaks to you as well. So some of you are aware that my dad has dementia. We've been through that journey together for, it's going on 2 years, but I've known for about 8 years that he's been, showing signs. So he's been diagnosed with late dementia. It's pretty advanced. He's been living at a nursing home for about a year, a little bit over a year now. And in March, he took a really good fall. Up to that point, he was walking by himself, but he lost his balance and fell really hard and had a big goose egg on his forehead. So they rushed him to emerge to have him checked out. And when he came back, he was basically bedridden for a few weeks to allow his body to recover. I'm sorry for it, the light is very odd. Anyway. So he was bedridden with some very good pain medication for a few weeks to allow his body to recover a little bit. And we were under the impression that he wouldn't be walking again. He was not stable on his feet. That's when we kind of made note of his symptoms. We knew he had symptoms, but we just kind of were trying to figure out a way to make sure that we're keeping him as comfortable as possible. So he was showing signs of sore back. He has some kind of arthritis in one of his feet that causes him a lot of pain. He was always constipated. It was very difficult to keep him regular. They had to give him some kind of Mucilax or fiber on a regular basis to try and keep him regular. He was uncomfortable. He didn't have much color. He was often pale. And it was just, I just wanted to do a little bit more for him to support him a little better with his health. And I'm not here to criticize anybody. Everybody does the best that they can with the information that they have. So I'm not here to criticize anybody. So I suggested to have my dad start taking Juice Plus to support his body a little bit more, to flood his body with over 33 fruits and vegetables, with all those phytonutrients, and hopefully help support his body, his immune system, his frail body a little bit better. So we started that. It was a bit of a challenge, I'll be honest with you. There was a lot of discussions, a lot of education around the product, with all the research that we have available and all the resources, So after we were able to kind of share all that information, we were able to come to a consensus and establish how we were going to implement this in Dad's daily routine, where Dad's limited as to what he can eat as far as textures go. We concluded that we're going to open the capsules and put it in some pudding or applesauce so he could have it that way. Just 1 second. And so Dad's been taking Juice Plus for a month now. And I haven't seen him in a month until today, so I went to see him today. The first thing I noticed when I saw him was that he had color. He had that pink natural pigmentation in his skin. That was the first thing that I noticed. And then I noticed that his breath had no smell. Dad has a bit of a condition of gum disease over the years, and so it always created that distinct breath or scent or smell. And it was the first time in a long time that I didn't smell that. And I was really surprised. It just really caught my attention that he didn't have that, what we will call bad breath. Even though he brushed his teeth religiously, he always had this odd smell for breath. And I'm not trying to be harsh or mean or careless here. I'm just trying to share my experience and his experience because he's nonverbal. So I thought that was really interesting. So he had a brighter color. He seemed to have a little bit more light, not as aloof as I've experienced in the last few months. So it piqued my curiosity. So I went to see the nurse and I said, "Can I ask you a couple of questions?" And she said, "Sure." I said, "Did you notice anything different in the last few months since Dad started taking Juice Plus?" And she said, "Not really." And I said, "It's going well with Juice Plus?" And she said, "Yeah, no problem. He's taking it every day." And I said, "What about his sore back? Have you noticed a difference with his sore back?" And she looked at me and she said, "Actually, he hasn't complained about his sore back. And even though he's nonverbal, he has facial expressions. So when he feels pain, he'll squint or, scrunch up his face, showing that he's feeling pain." And she explained to me that when they were trying to lay him down, he would often grunt or show pain when they were trying to move him to get him ready to go to bed. And so she was realizing that he hadn't shown signs of pain when they were putting him to bed or sitting him in his chair in a little while. And I thought, that's interesting. And I said, "What about his foot? Because we know that he has pain in his foot, and that's been a concern for some time." And I said, "Have you noticed any changes around his foot?" And she looked at me and she said, "He hasn't complained in a while." And this was a daily challenge for him. So I thought, okay, small changes, but significant, because he's been suffering with this pain for so long. And after 1 month of Juice Plus, suddenly he's feeling better. He's looking better. And so she shared with me that he was no longer constipated, which is one of the many things that Juice Plus helps with, is to keep you regular. She shared with me that he was now able to use the bathroom instead of using personal products. So that was a bit of a shocker to me. So he's able to use the washroom a few times a day with the assistance of a nurse. That's a huge deal in the health of our parents. And I know I'm being really raw here, and I apologize if this is kind of hitting some, a little close to home. It's not my intention to hurt anybody. And then she said he's walking again. And we didn't think he would be walking again because of his lack of balance. So I asked her, I said, "How do you guys do that? How do you walk him?" And she said, most times you need 2 nurses to walk him, but there's 2 of us that can walk him by ourselves, that you just need 1 person to walk him, and he will walk well with the assistance of one of those 2 nurses. So I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know how else to express this, but Dad was immobile from March, April, May, and most of June. He's nonverbal. All these conditions were there for many, many months before we started Juice Plus. Juice Plus is the #1 most researched nutritional name brand product in the world. There's so many documentations backing this product up. that speaks volume to me. So the only other thing I can share with you today is that before I shared any of this information with my sister, I called her and we did a video call with her. So I called her so she could see Dad on the video call. And the very first thing she said when she got on the phone was, "Danielle, he looks better." That was her first reaction when she saw him on camera. So I knew then I wasn't the only person that was noticing that. Oh, and one more thing, they were able to take him off one of the medication that was treating his behavior to keep him more mellow. So he's been off that medication now for some time. So I'm very, very grateful for the experience that I've had, for seeing my dad a few times before, and then not seeing him for a month while he was taking Juice Plus, and then to see him a month later after he's been on Juice Plus for a month, and seeing this big improvement in my eyes speaks volume to me. It means the world to me, because it means that I'm making a small difference in his quality of life right now. He's a little bit more comfortable. He feels a little better. He can use the washroom. And in his world, those are huge milestones. Anyway, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this. If this resonates with you, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask questions. I'm very open about this. It's been a journey and a half, and I know there's so many other people who are trying so hard to find answers for their health. This is not a cure. However, when you flood your body with 33 fruits and vegetables that have no chemicals in them, it does amazing things for your body. I can attest to it. I have my own success story with these products. I am a lifer because as soon as I stop taking these products, my symptoms come back. So the phytonutrients are absolutely supporting my autoimmune disease. So I wanted to share this experience with you. I hope you have a great day. Please take care of yourself, and I love you to pieces. Take care.